Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the base model Prius. This thing gets amazing fuel economy. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Orem Toyota for giving me some time with this Prius. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder that is paired to a hybrid and an eCVT. Total power outputs is 194 horsepower, and then this is able to get 57 miles per gallon combined, so almost 60 miles per gallon. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So the front end of the Prius, I think, looks really cool. So this one finished in red, definitely super bright. I like the little sound. I don't know if you guys can hear that because the microphone's not. It's kind of a cool sound when you unlock it. But yeah, the new lights and everything. Again, not the most beautiful car on the planet. It's still a Prius, but cool looking for a Prius. Now our tire wheel setup is 195 by 60 by 17 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see that the rear has the little aerodynamic cap. I'm not sure where the front one went, but the wheel actually looks really cool underneath the cap. So something to note if you want your Prius wheels to look cooler and you got a base model. Anyways, you got the little fender flares there, the mirror caps blacked out. Look at that side profile. Again, you can tell it's for aerodynamic efficiency, but it also just kind of looks cool. And this leads us to the key fob where we have our lock and unlock function. Got the Prius logo there on the back, and we'll unlock with that. And then popping into the rear, you just have a little push button there. And yeah, it is a hatchback, so you've got plenty of storage space. We also have a little cargo cover built in as well. Really cool setup, all things considered. And I like the little grab handle you got here, just to plop. And then you guys can see HEV right there. And it doesn't have the little badge here that the other ones have because it's just the base model, so they don't really show what it is with the badging. Kind of looks like a jelly bean. And the door handle on the back's pretty weird, but you can see a little bit more basic with material use in this package. Cloth seats as well. Which I like Toyota's cloth seats, they just feel durable. And yeah, good room back here for the size of the car it is. And you got some USB ports. It's gonna be hard to see them because of the, oh, well, here it is. We found it. It's inside the car. Not sure why, but it is inside the car. Anyways, headroom back here is decent, even though it's sloped, but yeah, it's sloped. And then popping up front, you can see again a little bit more basic with materials, but you do get some soft touch there, and that's hard touch, but it's okay. All the window controls here with the mirror adjustments as well. You actually do get blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat, nice cloth trim all down the center. Manual adjustments there as well. And then this is actually pretty cool looking with the dash, if I do say so myself. Steering wheel, manually adjustable too. So taking a look at the steering wheel, nice soft touch trim all around. We've got a bunch of practical controls here on the front, including your adaptive cruise control, lane centering. Yeah, it comes with all of that, which is nice. Controls for the center, voice command controls. Traditional stocks here on the back for the lights, turn signal, windshield wiper, all of that. And then yeah, we got the gauge cluster, which you guys know I like the animation on it. I'm just not a fan of the placement. It's hard to see from the driver's perspective, rather, but it shows you everything you need. And also being so far away, it's almost like a heads-up display. I think that's kind of what they're going for. Like, look at this. Literally, I mean, I either have to look below or above if I want to see the gauge cluster. So in reverse, we do have a backup camera, pretty good resolution, all things considered. And then quick response time with it as well. Look at that, boom. So easy enough to use. Analog volume control comes with it as well. And then I was surprised this is actually soft touch on the dash, so some nice trim in the base model. Big glove box, and then we just have single zone climate with this, so nothing crazy there. And then a little charging area down below. I wish Toyota wouldn't go all in on USB-Cs. It's one thing that is kind of annoying about the newer Toyotas. Do have some storage in here, by the way, for those wondering. And some cup holders, shifter here for the eCVT, a little bit more storage here on the side. Do have your drive mode select with this as well, which is kind of like a little tab. EV mode with your auto hold and everything. storage, more USB-Cs, of course. Nice trim here on the top, manual mirror dimmer as well, and then no sunroof. So the base price of this is just under 28 grand. Total MSRP is 30,887 with everything this one has, and let's see how it performs. Well, Prius. Visibility, by the way, not great in the back, but you know, the price you pay for aerodynamic efficiency and fuel economy. That color on the Tacoma is pretty cool. Also bright orange, so bright. The red color I was talking about, the one that's cool. But yeah, this is a cool setup. This is the economy setup, having, you know, 2-wheel drive and base model. Crazy, you know, you think about it, almost 50 miles per gallon, or 60, I mean, sorry, over 50. And I think this shows, like, man, we really just should have more hybrids, because think if every single, like, small car was getting 40, 50 plus miles per gallon, because they're all, and this isn't even a plug-in, right? You got to remember that this is just a traditional hybrid, little like 1 something kilowatt hour battery pack. Think if every single car, and I can't even see the gauge cluster. Think if every single car, little car was like that, and the bigger cars. The thing I do find interesting about hybrid systems is they do definitely benefit, and I mean, it makes sense, just like engines, right? The hybrid systems benefit smaller cars with fuel economy way more than big cars. Like, you look at a small car like this, okay, so if you took this 2-liter 4-cylinder, put it in the Prius, no hybrid assist whatsoever, you're looking at a car that's probably going to get an average of just under 40 miles per gallon, maybe like, yeah, mid-30s would be, that'd be pretty accurate, right? There's plenty of 4-cylinder cars with no hybrid, that's what they're getting. You add the hybrid and almost 60 miles per gallon, right? And so it's like you get this huge benefit, but then you look at the hybrids in the bigger cars and it only add like a couple MPG. And it's just like with engines where small engine, you know, you go to a smaller displacement engine, and in a little car it adds a ton of fuel economy, and in a big car it doesn't. Sometimes the fuel economy gets worse. So, you know, how much mass you're moving obviously is also always important. But either way, I think these hybrids, there should be more of them. It's a nice ride. Suspension's pretty comfortable, all things considered. And it's just a nice drive overall. It's just a nice drive. Man, I forgot how crazy people are down here driving. Zooming through the roundabout. Zooming through the roundabout. Let's see, the acceleration's like, wow. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Yeah, it's a zoom in. So, Prius, base model Prius. I think it's hard to beat this. I mean, well, I should say that the caveat would be you can beat this. An XLE Prius with the all-wheel drive, that's kind of like the sweet spot in my opinion. But, so the base model here, $30,000. If you're just looking for like an A to B car, I don't think there's anything else that's as good as this, because it's got decent storage space, great fuel economy, it's affordable, and you don't have to deal with any of the stupid electric car stuff. So it's like, if you care about efficiency, boom. And like, I personally, since I've tested so many of these cars, electric, not electric, all of that, I would so much rather have something like this than an electric car if this is what I was looking at, because when you get over 50 miles per gallon, you're talking about having a range of probably 600 plus miles. So like, you're gonna spend basically no time at the gas station, because the fuel tank's not that big. It's just because the MPG is so high, right? So it's like, you go to the gas station, you fill up in 5 minutes. So it's like, most people with their commutes, you're gonna go to the gas station once every like 2 weeks for 5 minutes. You don't have to worry about charging every single day. You don't have any of that. Like, the practicality with this is just top notch. Let me know what you guys think about the base model Prius.